Very disappointed in how we started the game. Really embarrassed at how we started the game. We had no pride, didn't compete, didn't have any energy, and we let Chicago run over us. We come in at halftime, we regroup, and we decide we want to go out and play in the second half. And in this league, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's your job to be ready to play. It's our job to put them in position to be ready to play. So, that's something that we'll do as a staff. We'll come together, we'll figure out what we have to do to have a better start, and we'll go from there. But, really disappointed in our effort overall. But I thought Marissa Coleman, the way that she played was outstanding. She competed her tail off the entire ball game. So I give credit to Marissa.
Steph, they had 46 points in the paint. How much does the fact you had 3 of your bigs out and not playing, or is it?
I mean, obviously that's a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 2 post players really in our lineup, so that's part of it. But I think the other part is our positioning. Our attention to detail, our coverages. Their guards, our one-on-one contained defense was not good. Their guards got into the paint at will tonight. And so that's just individual pride in your defense, in your individual defense. And so, I think part of it is that, we got buried in the paint. We had to go through a lot more switching because we were playing smaller and got buried. But the other part is just our attention to detail on the defensive end, our one-on-one individual defensive pride.
Do you talk to the team much about anything else like this, or just burn the video and move on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have to learn from the way we started this ball game. I mean, there is absolutely no excuse for that. There are going to be days where we don't have it all together, where we miss shots, where we're a step slow, but there will not be days where we don't compete, and we didn't compete. And I think that we talk about that. We talk about the fact that we can't come out and not be ready to play, not be mentally sharp, focused, and ready to play. Yeah, we faced some adversity, but we faced adversity in the past. Mm-hmm. Adversity builds character. It was an opportunity for somebody else to step up and rise to the occasion. I was proud of how we regrouped in the second half and came out and really competed hard and, defensively played much better. We weren't great, but we at least played with pride.
Did you get a sense that maybe they felt a little sorry for themselves?
Absolutely, that's perfectly put. And that's just what I told them after the game. I'm like, it was like, oh, woe is me. We don't have Ketch. We don't have Tasha. Zealous is Larkins is out. I mean, you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself. You got to fight for your job every single day. That it's just this is adversity. This is not real adversity. What Lauren Hill's family went through is real adversity. I mean, we got to put it in perspective. We play a game we love. We have a couple of teammates that go down. Yeah, good. We're sorry. We don't want to have to deal with this. But it's a basketball game, for God's sakes. This is what we do. This is our job. We have to be ready to play day in and day out. And so, I think we have to maintain perspective when we talk about feeling sorry for ourselves and handling adversity.
You mentioned Marissa Coleman. You kind of commended her fight. What types of things did you like from her down the stretch?
I love that she just played her ass off. I mean, she fought and clawed and was on the floor and rebounded. She rebounded on one end and was the first player down the floor on the other end. I mean, she just laid it all out there. She played her heart out. Was it perfect all the time? No. But she competed, and I really appreciated her effort on a night like tonight where we didn't have that for 40 minutes from everybody on the floor. She did that, and I appreciated that.
Might not be something you want to think about right now, but is there anything that Chicago does in their offense, their transition game, that maybe you can pick up on? Because it looks like what they're doing is pretty much what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal, absolutely. I mean, the way they use their drags, I think Courtney Vandersloot's one of the really premier point guards in our league, and she is so good at reading her bigs and playing. She pushes, but she pushes with poise. So she reads and she runs off of those drag screens, and she understands. I mean, she used to work out with John Stockton, and you can tell. I mean, the way she sees the game and the way she utilizes her bigs. But absolutely, we can take a lot from that. We show the film, we talk about their early drags, and we talk about defending it, but we also point out the fact that this is what we want to do offensively. This is how we want to attack teams in transition, and you're absolutely right.
Hey, Lauren's family told us, her mother said that you stayed in touch with her a lot after she visited here in October and stuff, and they really appreciated that, you and Tamika and Shavante especially. I know this is not the best time maybe after a game like that, but what impact did she have on you, Stephanie? And just talk about, why it's obvious you felt something there, that you stayed in touch with her all that.
Yeah, it's and I apologize for getting emotional, but you see a kid and a family who embrace the toughest challenge of their lives, and who really utilize the sport that we all love to impact those around us. I can't imagine being in a similar situation, but at the same time, I think it would be very easy to feel sorry for yourself, to go just spend the time with your family, quality time with your family, and not use that disease like Lauren and her family did for God's greater purpose. To really bring awareness, bring a face to a disease that I had never heard of. To a disease that had a 0% survival rate that none of us, very few of us, had heard of. And to impact their community, the world, and really children with DPIG, and to see past what she's gone through in the moment, to understand that she doesn't want other children to have to suffer that. I mean, it was completely selfless. It was courageous. And for a lot of us who are a lot of times just so involved in our own lives, for her as a teenager to embrace it and to try to make something good happen out of a terrible situation, I just really felt connected to. I mean, obviously, she's from Indiana. She played the sport that we loved. She loved the sport that we loved. So that connection was there as well. But, it really taught me a lot of life lessons about the bigger picture and what's really important.